Not everyone dreams of quitting their 9 to 5. Some of us actually like our jobs. We like the security of a paycheck, the benefits, and maybe even the challenge of what we do. But that doesn't mean we don't also dream of creating something that's truly our own. For some, it's about creativity. For others, it's the challenge. For me, it was both. That quiet little voice that kept saying, "You've got more to share, and it's time to finally build it." If that resonates with you, then you're going to love today's video, because I'm going to show you how to build an anti-hustle side hustle, a business you can grow while working full-time, slowly, sustainably, without burning out, and without risking the security you've worked so hard for. If we haven't met yet, I'm Kristen. I've been in marketing for more than 30 years, and for over a decade, I dreamed of starting my own business selling digital products. But life kept getting in the way. I always put other people's needs first. Family, work, you name it, and every year that dream sat quietly in the background. Then earlier this year at 53, I finally did it. I created a digital product, I put it out there, and people bought it. And that moment changed everything. I realized you don't need to hustle 24/7 to make this happen. You don't need to quit your job or risk your paycheck. What you need is a slow build strategy focused on the right tasks that builds momentum over time. That's what we're going to talk about today. And by the end of this video, you'll know why anti-hustle is actually the smartest way to build, how to focus on revenue first tasks so you make progress in less time, how to protect your day job while still making your dream real, and why creating just one product can unlock a level of confidence you didn't even know you had. Let's start with the big myth that the only way to build a business is to grind day and night. If you've been on Instagram or TikTok lately, you've seen it. The 20-somethings telling you to quit your job, risk it all, and hustle 16 hours a day if you're serious about success. But here's what they don't show you: the burnout, the financial stress, the pressure of needing to make your business work yesterday because your livelihood depends on it. And for a lot of people, that's the very thing that ends their dream before it even gets off the ground. That is not the path I'm teaching here. The anti-hustle way means you don't have to choose between stability and ambition. You can have both. You can keep the paycheck and benefits that you've worked so hard for, and at the same time, start slowly building something of your own. And for a lot of us, especially those of us over 40, that's exactly the point. We're not trying to replace our 9 to 5 overnight. We're laying a foundation for the future. We're creating an additional stream of income that can subsidize retirement or give us more options down the road. And here's the best part. Building this way actually works better because when you're not desperate, you make smarter choices. You can focus on what matters, you can give yourself time to grow, and you can enjoy the process instead of resenting it. Here's the second big trap: confusing activity with progress. If you've ever found yourself fiddling with a logo, or checking if your domain name is available, or spending hours color coding your to-do list, you know what I mean. That's busy work. And busy work feels good. It feels like you're moving forward, but it doesn't actually build a business. Revenue first tasks are different. They're the things that either bring in money directly or build the trust and connection that you'll need to sell later. So let me give you examples here. Busy work, tweaking your Instagram bio 15 times. Revenue first, writing an email that introduces yourself to new subscribers. Busy work, spending 2 weeks designing your website. Revenue first, creating a simple digital product and putting your buy now button on it. Now, let me add one more thing here, because sometimes people hear revenue first and think it only means selling right away. And that's not true. Revenue first also includes building trust, sharing your knowledge for free, creating content that teaches, inspires, or entertains your audience, because that's what gets people to know you, like you, and trust you, so that when you do have something for them to buy, they're ready. That's exactly why I created a whole video on my 3-tiered to-do list, where I break down how to prioritize tasks so that you're always focused on growth instead of spinning your wheels. I'll link that here and below if you want to go deeper into that. But for now, the key takeaway is this. When you sit down to work on your side hustle, ask yourself, is this busy work or is this revenue first? All right, now let's talk about something really important, your day job. I'm a big believer that you don't have to quit your job to build a business. In fact, keeping your job can be your biggest advantage because your paycheck gives you stability. It pays your bills, it covers your health insurance, and it reduces the pressure to make your side hustle replace everything right away. That safety net allows you to build more calmly and more strategically. But there's one rule here. Don't let your side hustle creep into your work hours. Your employer is paying you to do your job, and you don't want to jeopardize that relationship. Nights and weekends are enough. Even just a few hours a week is enough if you're focused. Think of it this way. Your 9 to 5 is funding your 5 to 9, and that's a beautiful thing. All right, I want to share a personal story here because this is where it all clicked for me. Like I said earlier, I dreamed about building a business for over a decade. I read the blogs, I watched the videos, and I kept saying someday. But I always put other people's needs before my own. Family, work, everything else came first, and my dream stayed on the back burner. Then earlier this year, I finally did it. I created a digital product, I put it out there, and people bought it. And I'll be honest with you, when that first sale came through, I cried. Not because of the money, but because of what it meant. It was proof. Proof that I could actually do this. Proof that those quiet ambitions that I'd carried around for years weren't just daydreams. Proof that people wanted what I had to share. And the momentum that one little sale gave me, it was like flipping a switch inside of me. Suddenly, I wasn't just thinking about building a business anymore. I was doing it. And nothing has elevated my drive and focus like that moment did. Now, I want you to picture this for yourself. Imagine waking up, checking your phone, and seeing a notification that someone bought something you created while you were sleeping. That feeling of, wow, it worked. I actually did this. That's the kind of moment that changes everything. That's why I believe so strongly that everyone needs to create at least one product. Because once you've done it, once you've felt that validation, that spark of confidence, you'll never look at yourself the same way again. And that's exactly why I created the shortcut to selling your first digital product. I build it for people like me and like you who've been dreaming about this for years but haven't taken that first step. The shortcut walks you through creating and selling your very first product without the overwhelm. It's designed to give you that quick win so that you don't have to wait a decade like I did to feel that surge of confidence and momentum. Because once you've had that moment, once you've seen that someone out there values what you've created enough to buy it, you'll never look at yourself or your business the same way again. Now, here's the last thing I want to leave you with. There is absolutely nothing wrong with starting small, with sharing your knowledge for free, with writing emails to a tiny list, or posting videos that only a handful of people see. That's how you refine your message. That's how you get to know your audience. That's how you build the foundation for a business that will actually last. This isn't about hustling harder. It's about building smarter, about choosing revenue first tasks, protecting your paycheck, and slowly but surely building something that's yours. And if you keep showing up, even just a few hours a week, you'll be amazed at the momentum that you build. So if you've been holding back because you thought you had to hustle harder or quit your job or already have a massive audience, let this be your permission slip. You can build slowly, you can protect your security, and you can still create something that's truly your own. If you want to go deeper into how I prioritize revenue first tasks, don't miss my video on the 3-tiered to-do list. I'll link it here and down below. And if you're ready to create your first product and feel that momentum for yourself, grab the shortcut I mentioned earlier. Here's to your success. If this saved you time or gave you clarity, please hit like and subscribe. I've got a lot more videos coming and they're all made with you in mind.